So I'm going into this shoulder day on a full stomach. I haven't pushed 85 in a long time. It's like that set of shoulder press was like the Vietnam War of sets. Welcome back to another episode of Jacked and Pilled. My name's John Collins, the Natty Crusader, the owner of Jacked and Pilled, and today's probably the best day of the week. And it's the best day for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's one of my high carb days. On my high carb days, I get 1,300 extra calories from carbohydrates that I can add to my diet. Back in the day, I used to fill it with like juice and candy and just crap that wasn't filling. And now that I'm at the point where I'm starving and consistently hungry all the time, I actually gotta have a little bit of a higher food volume. So it's mostly rice and then strawberries in the morning, and it's pretty kick-ass. So I'm going into this shoulder day on a full stomach. Usually throughout the week, I'm not feeling all that hot because I'm hungry all the time. I'm just feeling like I'm barely scraping by my lifts. On July 19th, I have a bodybuilding show coming up. It's a non-tested show, but I am a natty guy. So am I going to be up against guys a lot bigger than I am? Absolutely. You best believe it. Do I have a weight cap that I'm going to be nowhere near? Yes. I'm gonna be probably 20 or so pounds under my weight cap for my height class, and that's all right. I have started using intra-workout, and it helps, but it is not a game changer. It's not magic. So I'll take the intra-workout. It'll keep me from being totally flat. Now with the addition of intra-workout, because it is about 160 calories, just over 50 grams of carbohydrates, I have to subtract that from a later meal in the day, so then that's just a little less food that I get to eat from an already really small pile of food to begin with. So we're kind of struggling. I'm at the point now where I'll be sitting scrolling on my phone and looking at pictures of meals and looking at pictures of fun foods. I have been envisioning my post-show cheat meal. I already know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be In-N-Out burgers with a bunch of donuts and a chocolate shake. And I'm just thinking about that. That's what it's all about. I'm at this point of the cut where I'm like trying out really weird combinations of food, just trying to make something that is a snack with flavor, or make something really bland taste less bland than it usually does. I got a handful of spinach and I put a little bit of mustard on it so it's low calories, but it doesn't taste totally like spinach. Now it tastes like spinach with mustard on it. And speaking of the different phases in the gym, there's cutting season and there's also bulking season. And to represent bulking season, I got the boom official Jacked and Pilled post-bulk clarity shirt, brother. Boom official Jacked and Pilled post-bulk clarity shirt, brother. Yeah, apparently I was too dense or too brain fogged up to remember to tell you where to go find that. So if you want to pick up your official Jacked and Pilled post-bulk clarity shirt, you can find that at jacked-pilled-shop.fourthwall.com. Support a natty-owned business and pick up your Jacked and Pilled merch today, brother. Now, in no way does this shirt represent me right now, but oh my God, the Lord knows that I wish it did. This cartoon, buff, but bulked up, bloated guy, that's gonna be me at some point in time, and I am counting down the days, let me tell you. The Kesha playing in the background is doing more for me than the caffeine, because I said I took like 300 milligrams and it doesn't even feel like it at this point. I'm so desensitized to it. There's no amped up feeling. There's no extra energy. Is what it is. We're just cranking out our last couple of warm-up sets before our big set on the shoulder press. This is going to be one of the first times I'm actually jumping up in shoulder press as of late. I was working with an 80-pound shoulder press for a while. Started with 5 reps. Now I'm up to like 7 to 8. So I'm going to take 85s for a ride at some point today and see how it goes. Now it's just time for the dreaded walk of taking the smaller dumbbells over to the other end of the rack and replacing them with the heavy ones. What I really want to understand right now, as I guess the psychology behind why like really feminine like white woman music turns into like hyper masculine like male fitness music. I mean, just a second ago they were bumping some Kesha. I caught myself nodding my head to it and I was like, oh shit, I'm nodding my head to like this feminine ass music. And you know what? I would do it again. Alright, this is gonna be a tough one. I haven't pushed 85 in a long time. It really would amaze you how a 5-pound jump on a given exercise could feel like a freaking 30 to 50-pound jump. For just an extra 5 pounds on shoulder press, I'm not a math guy, but 5 pounds out of 80, I mean, that's gotta be a small percentage for a jump. But brother, am I gonna feel it right now. I'm a little nervous. I'm having to hold in these like nervous toots before the set. Okay. All right. I will be the first to admit that was not my best set of shoulder presses I've ever done. That was a fight. Did I win? I don't even know. I think that one was a draw. It's like that set of shoulder press was like the Vietnam War of sets. It's like both sides fought pretty hard, but it's like, was there really a clear victor? Did I really win? I didn't hit the 5, but I still moved it. All right, so I didn't just finish my workout at this point. My workout was finished on Friday. It's actually Monday now. I tried filming that post-lift car talk right after what I had previously filmed, what you just watched. And I was so lethargic, I was so hungry, I couldn't think straight. The brain fog was so real. I'd start what I was saying, try and make a point, and just lose my train of thought. And it went on like that for a good like 2 to 3 minutes until I was like, all right, this isn't working right now. So here I am now, a few days later. Truthfully, I'm not much more well-fed than I was back on Friday because Alex just dropped my calories, and this is my first day working with a new meal plan. I used to have 2 high days, 3 medium days, and 2 low days. Now I have 1 high day, 4 medium days, and 2 low days. The high days aren't gonna be so high anymore because they were 3,800 calories. Now they're only 3,000. Today's not even a high day. I just finished my dinner of 2 eggs, and this is a scoop of protein powder. It's chocolate protein powder. I heated the water up in the microwave. I put some 0-calorie stevia sweetener in it to convince myself that it's hot chocolate. So yeah, 2 eggs and a small cup of hot protein chocolate. That's dinner now. The workouts are getting rougher, I mean, because think about it. At this point in time, at the time of this filming, I am just under 5 weeks away from the show. And I feel like I've basically exhausted every method of trying to improve my workouts or to offset the fatigue that I'm feeling, because I introduced intra workout, which did help for a while, but now it just feels like my normal baseline. I've upped my caffeine a little bit to where now I'm taking in 300 milligrams of caffeine before every workout, but now I don't even really feel that anymore. There's nothing more that I can do beyond this point besides suck it up and ride it out. The workouts aren't totally garbage. It's just energy is lower and it's a lot harder to PR. I mean, here and there, there's still an extra rep, but things have slowed down and that's totally fine. I hit a new record low weight today of 185.9 pounds, and I haven't been that low since my senior year of high school, by the way, which was about 4 years ago. Weighing in at 185 now compared to 225 when I first started this, I do feel a difference. I don't feel quite as like heavy all the time. I think that if I wasn't so hungry, being at a lighter body weight would feel pretty good because my blood pressure's lower. I've been monitoring that, which is awesome. I lost my train of thought again. Look at that. Like, I was chewing some gum today. That's my new thing. I chew gum. And I was feeling brave today. I chewed a stick and a half of gum. The fatigue has hit me to the point where chewing a stick and a half of gum at a time feels pretty exhausting. But like I said, the cut's working. I do suspect that my weight's gonna keep dropping. Stage weight estimated is gonna be between 180 and 183 pounds once I'm up there. And it feels like the estimate has gone like lower and lower over time talking with Alex. So I'm anywhere from 3 to 5 pounds away for my stage weight, so we're just getting closer. Sleep's starting to suffer a little bit. Like, I feel like my sleep's a lot more sensitive now. It's a lot easier to wake up. It's a lot harder to go to sleep. At this point, the day-to-day strategy is trying not to think about it, pounding spinach and trying to fill up that way, and then the last thing is just pounding stimulants. I know I said I'm trying not to become a stim junkie, but it's too late for that. There's nothing I can do. Every day is probably 400 to 500 milligrams of caffeine, and I think it's gonna stay that way. But that's gonna do it for me today. Thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of Jacked and Pilled. I've been John Collins, the Natty Crusader, and I'll see you next time. A lot of the front and rear position poses tend to be a little easier than these side ones, man. It is doable to be able to breathe through like a front relaxed or like a front double bi. But when you're in one of these like twisted positions with like the side chest or the side relaxed, being able to like breathe adequately while you're at this like really uncomfortable twist is something I'm still learning how to do.